remember your first budget was over 10% property tax increase. You said this sucks.
Yeah.
Is this the budget you're most proud of as Mayor of Vancouver?
Yeah, look, proud of this one for sure.
In the past couple months, as this has wound its way to this point, you've contrasted yourself with your opponent several times, saying they want a 6-7% property tax increase. We don't. Is this fight and contrast in city priorities that you're eager to have?
Well, I think the distinction's pretty clear. We stand for public safety, and we stand for affordability, and we stand for housing. The opposition, they stand for increasing property taxes by 6 to 7%, which will not make life more affordable for the residents of Vancouver. We're not trying to make a distinction, but the distinction is really clear. There will be a clear, a clear choice in October of next year as to who people want to support.
You know, you talk about public safety, you look through the ledgers of this budget, outside of police and fire, any increases are 1%, 2%, 3% at most. You have a lot of places where there are cutbacks of 5, 7, 10, 13%. Police board meeting that happened on Monday, Lorraine Lowe, a supporter of yours, said the optics of this to some people are the police get everything. What do you say to people who look at that and think those are the optics?
Well, I just speak in reality. We have made big investments in public safety, be it Vancouver Fire and Rescue Services and VPD. And I can tell you, violent crime is down to its lowest level in 23 years. Crime is down across the board in the city of Vancouver. And so when you make investments in public safety, you get better public safety.
You said yourself, Vancouver's violent crime rate, the lowest in 23 years. So why do we need that further increase?
Well, okay, so there's a few things that are out of control of anyone, including the mayor and the police. For example, Vancouver's a core city. And so, you know, when something happens on the other side of the planet, you start to see a lot more protests that happen in the city of Vancouver. And so people do not go to Burnaby or Richmond or, you know, White Rock to, you know, protest. They come to Vancouver, to the Art Gallery or Jack Pool Plaza.
I want to go back to arts and culture and community services. Decrease there. There's no details in the budget in terms of what that actually means. Do you have any details?
Yeah, you know, these are you know, items that we'll be having conversations as a council with the city manager, and so we'll let the city manager you know, come up with the you know, the holistic plan, and then we'll start to ask questions.
But you are the mayor. You can ask the city manager to do this, but why are you comfortable with arts and culture specifically, based on what you've been told, having the biggest decrease of any core department in the city? Yeah.
Look, the devil's is still in the details, and it's still early, and so we have not had these, you know, deep, robust decisions on or conversations on a line-by-line basis. But, you know, we will be having, you know, we'll be running sanity checks and having conversations before we approve a budget.
So does that mean that if you hear enough from the public, or you hear more details on where those cuts might be to make that 13%, certain things might be able to change?
We will listen to the city manager. We'll listen to what his plan is. We'll ask questions, and based on, you know, his responses and the feedback we get, yeah, we reserve our you know, the right to, you know, make changes. But I want to be very clear here. We are committed to public safety. We are committed to core services, and we are committed to making life more affordable for the residents of Vancouver, which means zero means zero.